I really want that undisputed pizza. I want that 2 times per game.
What was he talking about today, yo?
I was boy Gabe was going. He was everywhere today. He was
I
cutting
came
up.
back and it was mad texts, like 400 texts.
My boy Gabe was cutting up.
All I seen was somebody, Captain Casey had kicked him out, and then he came back, and then somebody else kicked him out. I'm like, yo, what's happening right now?
He was just trying too hard for the convo. Like, he was just... Like, we were just talking about random football players, and then King was talking about how King didn't have a team. He was like, yeah, I was the same way, but with Kobe. Like, it made no sense. Like, bro, what? So we let that rock, and then he just randomly said Wayne Corbett. It's just like...
When he said Wayne Corbett, we had him go.
And we said that Jeopardy cat.
Who was that from Jeopardy?
We get it.
All right, so welcome to episode 36, I want to say. League with No Name podcast. It's your boy Beans. We got Moose here. We got Jay here. Supposed to have Cheese back, but maybe he just self-implemented that suspension. I don't know where he at. Maybe he'll jump in at some point. He got the link, but let's jump into these game recaps. Moose, Giants last week. Jay called it. What happened?
We called it.
I mean, we just trash, man. We're not putting it together. Like, I literally was watching the game, and I was like trying to figure out like what's the problem, and I just feel like we just not hitting it all on cylinders. Like when the offensive line is holding up, the receivers not getting open. Like receivers open, that's the offensive line is not holding up. Wentz throw a good pass, they don't drop it. Wentz receiver wide open, then Wentz don't hit him. Like, you know what I mean? It just we can't put it together. That's what it's looking like right now. Still in first place.
Are you? I thought that. What's the? How far are the Giants behind you?
Like a game and a half because the tie.
Whole game and a half? Oh, I thought it was more.
Not even. They got the same amount of wins. It might be like a half a game.
I might have to check that, but I think we're still in first.
They 3-7. The Eagles like 3-5-1 or something like that.
Goodness gracious!
That 3-6.
When a division is that bad, they needed to do something with that rule about division winners get in because like.
Or not even getting a home game. Like, y'all just gotta go on the road. Like, if you under 500.
I never like when people say that, like, yo, they don't deserve a playoff spot in the division. But like this year, like that, like they don't deserve it. We don't deserve it at all. Like we is like super trash. Like, but we is first place. We 3-5, and G-Man is 3-7.
Dang, that's crazy. 3-5 and 3-7 is top of the division. You had a bye, right, Jay? No game now.
Yeah. That's why I'm in good spirits and no game.
I hear you. I didn't get a chance to watch the Packers and Jags game, but y'all was letting me know how bad we was looking out there.
I went for the first drive.
We pulled out with the win. I mean, some games just gonna be like that. Some games you play a bad team, you just don't get up for it the way you should. But I don't think we really got that luxury. We're not that good of a team yet where we could just take days off because we definitely could have lost that game. So we got to come out with more energy. Big test this week coming up at the Colts. So another chance to see what we really made of. This is probably the second good defense we really played other than Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay smoked us. So we'll see what we're really made of after that. She's not here, but the Titans. They speaking of the Colts, they lost to the Colts. So
called it, man. Can't beat the Colts. Can't beat them.
I put that bull ribbon too.
Yeah, the Colts not looking up at them anymore. So I don't know if Cheese ever comes back to the show. I don't know what he gonna say.
2 weeks ago.
It's funny that it do seem like every time the Titans lose, Cheese is miraculously not here for the show. So.
All of a sudden, he on antibiotics. Like
they were the best in the AFC 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the dog of the week. Who showed you something this week, Moose?
There's a few dogs, but I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Just because
you
like
let him Bills, man.
He's doing it so quietly. It seems like, you know what I'm saying, like he's in the top 3 in receiving. I forget where he is. I think he might be 1. I don't even know, but like top 3.
I think he's number 1 in receiving here.
Receiving, he just doing it quietly. You wouldn't think he's on number one. So I'm gonna go with Diggs. He had 10 receptions, 93 and a touchdown.
Jay, who you like?
A weird dog. They lost, but Alex Smith, yo. I think he was like high passer for the week. I think he had 390 passing. Didn't have a TD or interception, but like he led them on a game time drive. They got the field goal. The Lions ended up coming back getting a field goal, but to see him actually go out there and put out a 300-yard game after that injury, anytime he plays, honestly, like he should be a dog of the week candidate because I don't think a lot of people even come back from that. So for him to almost put up 400 yards, and they came down. They were down like 17 too. I think it was like 24-7.
Yeah.
They made it a game. So yeah, I definitely give him my dog of the week.
Definitely a good pick. I'm gonna go with a guy who was talking about either last week or the week before. We saying the best receiver in the league, but D Hop. That play at the end of the game was crazy. One of the best catches I've ever seen on three guys for the win. And he also had 127, I think, 7 catches and that touchdown. So he definitely was out there dogging to save that game for them. Saved my pick'ems for the week too because I was looking bad at that moment.
I was about to kill y'all this week and pick them. I was about to do y'all filthy. The rest of them came through.
Wait, is that you picked the Cardinals or you picked the Bills in that game?
I picked Cardinals.
Oh, it was the Seattle one.
Seattle.
You would have been perfect if it wasn't for that. Yeah. Surprises. Anything, Jay?
Alvin Ahmed, man, from the Dolphins. Like, who is
this? How funny stated.
Yo, I had to make sure I had the pronunciation right. Like, nah, man. Like, he came out of nowhere and had 85 yards in the TD, which was surprising. Like, I thought they would, play Breida and Howard. Howard ends up getting cut now. So he was like an undrafted gem, I believe, too. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I was definitely surprised. Just the Dolphins itself. Like, Dolphins are actually balling right now. And schedule's favorable, so Dolphins as a whole, but definitely Ahmed playing a good game last week.
Moose, who you got for surprise?
I couldn't really find too many surprises this week. Didn't really surprise me too much, but I'm gonna go with Damian Harris. Surprised he over a buck on the Ravens defense. Pretty decent. He got a couple of 100-yard rushing games this year, but I'm just surprised about how well he looked against that defense last week. That's the only thing that really stuck out to me last week, really.
Gotcha. For me, I'm gonna go with Moose Boy Rojo. Surprised me with that big game. It kind of been falling off since Fournette came back, but he went for almost 200 yards, 23 carries, touchdown, that monster 98-yard run. So I was definitely surprised that he came up balling like that. But we expected Tampa Bay to bounce back after they got smoked by the Saints, but to see what he did there, I was very surprised with that. So we was talking earlier, and I had missed out on the conversation in the chat. I came back, and it's like 400 something messages, and I think it started with a conversation about Terry Mclaurin. So what exactly was that conversation about, and how did it kind of spiral out of control?
I think Casey posted it. Was it Casey Moose? I think it was Casey that was asking King. It was a post. I didn't actually click on it. It just said Terry McLaurin is a blank, top wide or whatever. What number wide receiver is a top whatever wide receiver?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yep.
So I put 15, and then King. I guess the question went from like what position is he now, or this like now, like I'm gonna say top 15 this season. That's the top 10 season. But we told King that's off of just guys just being hurt too. Like top dogs missing, multiple games. Like you ain't gonna be there. That's it. And I would never put him over in like anything higher than top 15 because you really still haven't cemented yourself as one of those top wide receivers. Like you have good games, but everyone's getting those numbers. Like there's no game that puts you out there and it's like, you ain't have no 15 catch 20-yard game, 3 TDs. Like he's only got 3 touchdowns. So I mean, Washington trails a lot too. So a lot of those yardage and catches come from just garbage time and, he playing hurry up football because they're down a lot. But I do think he's good. I do think he's coming. But I just, there's still some dogs out there that he just, can't clip just yet.
Where would you rate him, Moose?
Like Jay was saying, I think he's definitely top 15. when we was talking about it, I was saying he was top 10. But when you name a few players, Casey named a few players, like he named like 9 off the top of his head, and
Yeah, I probably could
I feel
give
like
you 9 off the top.
say that again.
No, I'm saying I probably could give you 9 off the top that I would put ahead of him.
Yeah, so when he put those 9 off, I was like, oh, okay, I could feel you. He's not in the top 10, but he's definitely in the top 15. He's having a top 10 season right now.
Top 10 wide receiver season. Yeah.
So
and he's playing with different QBs. He's the only receiver out there, like, so the ball's going to him, like, and he still be dogging out there, like he's on everyone's number one. So it's like, you gotta give him props though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. So, did we give him a couple of extra points because of his circumstances? Like, he was playing with Haskins before. Like, and then he's the only receiver out there. He getting that number one coverage, all that stuff. So, as a young guy, I mean, he's showing out, given his circumstances. Why are you making that face?
It's football, man. Like, you gotta make the plays at the end of the day, whether what quarterback it is. I mean, Tay been out. Like, I mean, he got Aaron Rodgers, but I mean he doesn't have the best numbers in the world, even though A-Rod's probably one of the best quarterbacks. Just because you have a better quarterback doesn't mean your numbers are going to be the greatest. I mean, you probably got a better chance to get in. McLaurin leads the team, a wide receiver. He leads the team in targets. So I mean, who else are you going to throw to? So you should have those numbers, honestly, because Washington only throws to him and the running backs. There's nobody else they throw to, and maybe Logan Thomas. So his numbers should be good, honestly, because, like, who else can they get the ball to? Like, no one else can get open besides him and the running backs.
That's true. What are you about to say, Moose?
I was saying that, like, I mean, but you could look at it this way too. Like, he get more eyes, he gets more looks, double teams, more schemes for him. Like, you're not really scheming for anybody else but him, really, on that team. So, like, it's a little harder for him on Sundays for him. And then you gotta think about it, like, QB does matter a little bit too, because if he was playing with like a Mahomes or a Ben, or like someone who's going slinging around who could read the field, or a veteran to get him the ball, I feel like he'll have more targets and more yards too as well. You know what I mean?
My thing is him getting the ball isn't an issue because he's getting double-digit targets, so it ain't about him not getting the ball. Terry Mclaurin's seen at least 8 to 13 targets a game, so
he's getting them.
And he averaged he's got, I forget, I think his average is like 13 yards a catch. So, I mean, that is probably one of the best in the league already. And that's with bad quarterback. So, I mean, he's there. It's not like his numbers, they could be better. He's top 5 in yards, right? Only thing his issue is just probably just scoring touchdowns. He doesn't score that many touchdowns, but
yeah.
So it's hard to judge Washington because they're losing a lot too. So
right,
when you're down double digits, you ain't gonna run the ball. You're gonna throw it.
Yeah. So as I was skimming, I did notice somebody had put something about DJ Shark. So of the two of them, I know Shark has been injured, but of the two of them, who are you taking?
Yeah, move.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Shark's a dog, but I like Terry better, man. I was comparing him to other route runners. I feel like he just looks better. It's like he's talented. Like when you see him out there, he's running the routes well. He's very quick. He's fast. Like he's just clean. When he's running his routes, he just looks clean to me. Like, you know what I mean? So and he gets good yards after the catch. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not easy to get down. He's not like a strong guy, but he's like slippery. Like, you know what I mean? So like he's a dog, man.
So this is what, second year, right?
Yeah, I believe it's second year.
Let's compare him to another second-year wide receiver. Very different styles, but let's say DK. Out of those two, who are you taking?
Please. DK already morphed. We still, honestly, McLaurin is he's a small wide receiver, so we don't know how much he's going to grow athletically. You can see DK's physical specimen. His build is just DK's destined for greatness if he just keeps at it.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't really see.
DK physically stands out more, but I mean, McLaurin is still putting up numbers, and he's not playing with Russ.
He's not.
Honestly, though, it's just like that DK pretty much unguardable out there. It's like a horse. It's like a horse.
Yeah, it's just.
And he's just a big body. He's easy to see. More easy for the quarterback to see.
It's
You
easier
know
to
what I'm
target.
saying? It's just like it's him over
But like
McLaurin.
I
you talk
mean,
about Chark. Chark had a breakout season last year. Chark is a bigger wide receiver. He's had quarterback issues. He went from Foles to Minshew, who don't really like. He ain't looking for him. They just, they just literally just playing football. Honestly, like they ain't looking for nobody. That team makeup has been different.
yeah,
This year, he's got another dude in, and he's got more touchdowns than Terry McLaurin. I think he was hurt. He's only down. He's only down by like less than like 50 yards from him, and
really.
he's got him by like a few catches. So, I mean, his quarterback situation ain't no better than what Washington's is. Like it's like Jake Luton. Like who's Luton? Like we don't know.
Yeah, they in similar
So
situation. That's a fact, definitely.
and Chark had a breakout season last year too. Like he actually, because I remember Stowe had him, and Stowe couldn't even believe it. Like Stowe had him on the team, and he was just like, yeah, I don't know if I should play him. That's how
What's this year 3 for him?
I believe so.
Mhm. I mean, it's pretty much a breakout year for Terry.
hmm But look at the year too, though. Look how many guys have been out though.
Well, I guess you could argue that with the TDs because he's lacking the TDs. With the yards, he's definitely up there
He's top five.
with
Yeah, he's top five in yards. And catches, I forget. I think he's like top 15, top 12 in catches. So I guess it's still half the season left to play too. So we'll see how he finishes. But I would say at this point in the season, he's having a top 10 wide receiver season this year. But he ain't near the top 10 at all in overall wide receivers.
So I was gonna move into some fantasy stuff, but you was talking about Shark and he had a breakout season. We've been talking in the chat. We was talking a little bit about Lamar and how he had a breakout season last year, and then he kind of has fallen off this year. So, is there anybody on your team that's based on last year you took them and they have disappointed you this year? I mean, I could start. I took Mark Andrews off of the strength of what he did last year, and he hasn't
But
done a thing
that's
this
that whole Ravens team. That whole Ravens team is not even. That's Hollywood. That's Mark Ingram.
year.
That's
So,
Lamar. That's
I
literally the whole team.
drafted Ingram too, and he's not even on my team no more. So,
I played him, and he's about to be benched this week. Like, but
so is there
anybody
anybody
that
on
I
your
took last
team
year,
that's not necessarily because of injury, but just hasn't performed? Anybody that you drafted, or even anybody that you picked up?
uh,
I like
goodness.
Jay.
I got.
I thought you said Jay. I thought you said me, but
Either way.
I was thinking Marvin Jones for me. He kind of started off the year very, very slow. His last, I guess it was last 3 games, he put up decent numbers, but in the beginning of the season, he was rough. I had him. I think I had him last year, or I think I had him for part of the season last year. Gabe had him, whatever. But I just was disappointed in his play. I think I thought my boy Emmanuel Sanders and John Brown would be a little bit better, but Eman been having some good games, but I thought John Brown would have a little bit better season.
True. Those Lions are kind of hard to
Yeah, you
figure
never
out.
know. Yeah, it's just you got the quarterback, you got the receivers, and they just don't do nothing sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
because
mind-boggling.
Galladay didn't even play like the first 2 games, so I was assuming that Marvin Jones would get a lot of targets. He put up some big numbers, but he kind of didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean Galladay and Marvin Jones had good years last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantasy-wise, definitely.
For me, I got Galladay. He's a disappointment too, but that's because of injuries. He missed like 6 games at this point. So I mean,
Yeah,
we all got our injuries. So I'm not even gonna make a big deal about that. But I've been
yeah,
hit.
but Marvin picked it up for his last 3 games, but I mean that's half the season. He was definitely a dud so far.
What about for you, Jay?
Devin Singletary, I dropped him. Like he had a promising rookie year, so I'm thinking like, all right, they drafted a backup. That's cool. Like they'll feature him more now that Frank Gore's gone. I think Zach Moss would just be the guy that just to learn behind him. He's getting like 2 points a game. Like I dropped him for a kicker actually. Like I'm good. I'm good.
I didn't even see
If
that.
I even made the playoffs, he couldn't even play on my team. Like nah, so he could go. Like yeah, it's disappointing because like he had a promising rookie year. So I'm thinking like what I mean, like Buffalo's a good team. Got to establish the run. Nah, Buffalo's gonna run with Josh Allen now, and now Zach Moss is getting carried. So Yeah, it's useless.
Speaking of the playoffs and your chances, let me go through these standings real quick.
I'm done, bro.
Let's see. KC stayed in first. King is up to second. I didn't even realize that till I just looked at it. Moose up
Yo,
to
they got
third.
RBU. King is if they're running back,
King got a squad.
King had running backs last year too.
King?
you remember I beat King because they didn't get the ball to bark. That's the only reason why I beat King last year.
Crazy. Moose at third. Cheese dropped down to fourth. Randy staying solid at five.
Cheese
Los,
popping.
I think Los was like in third last week. He dropped to sixth at Los. Then Stoll, then J.A., then Gabe, then
Gabe falling.
At last.
You might catch Gabe. Gabe is falling.
I think I could catch Gabe. I
Back,
just can't stay
I'll be back, man.
So, Moose, I'll start with you. Third place right now. How you feeling about your chances not only to make the playoffs, but to make a run?
He got to clinch first. He got to clinch.
I mean, like right now,
I'll say nothing crazy.
I'm still nervous too. I can't even lie because like I could lose three. I could lose these last three. 2 years ago, I started off 6-1, and then went 1-7. So going 0-3 right now. It's possible because I play Casey right now. He's first place in the league. He's hot right now. So I could easily take an L this week, and then I play and I finish up with Randy. Hopefully, I could take advantage of O, and then hopefully
I got last week of the season.
And hope I can get Randy out of here and get back in the playoffs.
I'm hoping Eckler might be back for my matchup with you. So if I could get one of my dogs back, I might be all right. And hopefully Galladay come back. Last week, my top 3 picks didn't play last week. Zeke, Eckler, and Galladay all out last week.
I can't even get C-Mac to play. I wasted a pick. Like, he's missed like 8 games. Like, the season's 13 weeks.
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, so it's gonna be rough for me though. I mean, if I can get in there, and once you in there, it's all about who hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all about matchups at that point.
Yeah, I just want to get in there. You know what I mean? Once I'm in there, I could just make my. Hopefully, I could bring that shit home to the
podcast. So Jay, technically, you only a game out, really, because
I'm more than a game. I gotta have a high scoring game though.
Huh?
Oh, Los is 5-5.
2 games out.
Nah, Los is 5-5.
Los is 5-5 at number 6.
Yeah, so you only 1 game out.
Yeah, but I just can't get healthy. Like I just.
Oh yeah, 1 game out. Yeah.
1 game out, but I can't. Like I could barely score. Like the only reason why I won last week is because Gabe can't score.
Yeah, the 3 of us.
And I just be overthinking my positions too. Like I had Damian Harris, but he got hurt on Monday night, so I dropped him. Mm-hmm. I picked up Ingram just because I'm like, all right, you back. Rain game, like Lamar handed off. Ingram only got like 4 carries. And I should have played. And I had Burkhead in the lineup. Burkhead scores twice. I drop him. And Damian Harris goes over 100 yards. I just overthink it. So, I don't know, man. Like, Russ got some favorable matchups coming up too. So, I could take my chances with him. But I need to get Ridley back. Keep Godwin in. I can't get C-Mac healthy. I'm done, bro. I'm cool. I just don't want pizza. Like I'm good.
That Stoll a little scary. He might look like he could come into playoffs.
Stone got no quarterback. You see what Stoll doing in the wire? Stoll picked up Kirk Cousins.
He can't get in.
He got famous James playing this week. Stoll, he thirsty. He thirsty for a quarterback.
Stoll got a good team though. Like for the most part, you got DK, Coop.
Yeah, but he don't got no quarterback. So like he missing a good 30 to 40 points that could beat her.
That's the tough.
DK and Mike T can win the game for you with Thielen, Henry.
Yeah,
he got a little squad.
He got a good core.
Yeah.
Cup get hot. You know what I mean?
But like I said, me at 10, I'm just trying to stay out of 10th place. I'm not trying to bring pizza, and even worse than the pizza, I already know how chat gonna act. If I'm 10,
we know you're gonna kill you. You know that.
You got guru pie?
oh boy, we gonna be on your heels.
I don't even know who started that. Like, I literally never said I'm a guru about anything. But somebody said it.
You know, Moose trolling.
For years.
It might have been me. I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't know. It might have been. Sound like something
Moose trolling. Once Moose start getting a narrative in his head, chat around it. And as soon as Gabe come here, like, yo, Moose, did he really move? You know, Moose. You know he got to ask a question. You're a freak, you know.
All right, let's look at these pick'ems. Last week, JA 4-1, very good
Best
week.
week ever. Where am I at in the standings, man?
Go
Second now.
down.
He want to hear the standings now.
Cheese went 2-3. Moose went 2-3 because they had all the same picks, and then I went 3-2. So Jay's back to 500, 24, 24-1. Cheese 31-17-1.
Oh damn!
Then me and Moose is tied 27-21-1. So we both 4 games.
3 games back. I'm 3 games back. Yeah, I'm 3 games back now.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are a few more weeks left, so still a chance to make it up. Nobody's out of the picture, but Cheese continues to maintain that lead somehow. Let's get into the 5 games for this week. I think this is, I said in the chat, this might be the most tough
the best week.
Not only these 5, but just in general. But we'll go through these 5 and see what y'all are feeling about them. I'll let Moose pick first. First game, Titans at Ravens. Who you like, Moose?
You know where I'm at.
Titans at Ravens. I'm gonna go to Titans on this one.
Interesting. They did it to him last year. Yeah,
you already know where I'm going. I love seeing that Cheese not post. Cheese talking NBA on the stat now. Cheese don't talk sports no. You don't talk football no more. Yeah, I'm going Ravens.
Sixers now.
Ravens, man. 27-20. Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well. To me, that was a toss-up because you don't know what you're gonna get out of Lamar. You don't know what you're gonna get out of the Titans. So
that's a fact.
Home team in that one. Eagles at Browns. Another good game from my perspective. I'm assuming you're going with the Eagles move.
I gotta go with my boys. Man, we trash right now. Well, I'm gonna go with Baker. Baker and I ain't all that either. So we gonna roll with the
Baker ain't all that. After the chat was trying to kill me the other day for talking about Baker.
Oh, I didn't see the caption. That's the thing. I didn't know what you were talking about until it was like the tour thing. I didn't know what you was talking about until I went back and looked. I was like, oh, this is what he was talking about. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
yeah, I got it. It is what it is. You know how I feel about Baker. Anyway,
I think I don't know if it was you, but I mean, I told Cass before he came in, it wasn't on him. And everybody was like, I was like thinking I was hating on him, but I like Baker in college. Like he had the swag, like he was, dancing in the locker room. He was out there beating Bama. That's always good. So it's like I like Baker, but I just had a feeling that he wasn't going to be like as control of the game as he was in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a few of us that were saying that. I think it was at least one more other person other than me.
Me and Los called him JP Losman, though. Los was getting disrespectful.
He went overboard. Yeah, he went overboard.
I mean, we'll give him the rest of the year, see how he finishes out. He's had an okay year this year, so we'll see. Who you like to take?
I'm going to take Browns. I'm going to take the Browns just off of their defense. I think they'll give Philly fits, especially that Myles Garrett. So I'm going to go Browns.
I'm going to go Eagles. I think they got to bounce back at some point. So I think this is the week. Even on the road, they'll go in and get a win. I think it's a good chance for Wentz to have a good game. The defense is all right. It's not great. So I'll take the Eagles. Another very big game. Packers at Colts. Who you like most?
Packers at Colts. Oh man, it's real because I feel like the Packers are the better team, but the eye test on the Packers, they're not really playing well to me. They're winning games, but they're winning them ugly, and I feel like the Colts right now, they're not the better team, but they're playing better than the Packers right now. So that's a tough one. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'm gonna go with the Colts right now.
I figured. Who you like, Jay?
This was actually tough because Pack play to their opponent. This is a good opponent. I don't trust Phillip Rivers sometimes, but I think the run game would be big for the Colts. I think they'll lean on that heavy, and you guys have trouble stopping the run. I think it'll be a good game, but I'm gonna go Colts by a field goal.
Yeah, Hines he's been dogging.
They put Tell in the doghouse.
I'm Of course, I'm gonna go with the Packers. We get Lazard back this week, I think. I'm hoping that he plays, so that'll make the offense finally complete. We haven't had them all together for a while. I don't know if
Oh,
Jair
that's right.
concussion protocol or not. So if he doesn't play, that's a big thing there because Pittman been looking good for the Colts. They've been having a couple receivers that's doing it, so we'll see. Kevin King been injured forever, so
He ain't come back. Is he back? He ain't been back, right? How long you been out?
I don't think he's been back. It's been weeks since he's been back, so
Oh, okay.
I just want to see them play together. Like together, they are a dynamic duo, but they just like not on the field together. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Chiefs at Raiders, only team that beat the Chiefs so far this year. Who you like most?
I feel like it's a Vegas game. I feel like the fix is in on this one. I feel like the Raiders are going
It's
to
in
sweep
Vegas,
them.
all right. It's in Vegas, all right.
I think they got something. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. But I'm not taking them confidently because I just got a feeling that the Raiders are going to take this one.
Yeah, who you like?
Nah, you ain't beating the Chiefs. You ain't beating the Chiefs twice. They got one division. You split, but Chiefs.
That's
take
what I
this
was thinking. But this that Vegas play right here. I'm definitely going with the Raiders on the spread. I ain't checked the spread yet. But
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chiefs.
Make it a sweep. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be very hard to beat the Chiefs twice. Even though the Raiders are home, I think they'll be able to keep it close, but I don't think they could beat the Chiefs twice. And last but not least, Rams at Bucks. Another very interesting game. Two playoff teams that are in the playoff picture right now in NFC. Who you like, Moose?
it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Definitely, I'm going with the Bucks. I feel like they playing good ball. The Rams are inconsistent. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
All right, Jay.
I'm gonna go Bucks too. I think they'll get after Jared Goff. I'm not sold on his gameplay. Like the defense is playing well for them, but I think Brady will make more plays to put their team over the top. Goff be looking funny sometimes. Even he looked funny against Seattle, but their defense bailed them out against Russ last week. So I'm gonna go Tampa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. I think that defense would be a little too much for the Rams, but you kind of never know which Bucks team you're gonna get. Sometimes they look amazing.
Definitely.
Sometimes they look like they looked against the Saints twice. Maybe the Saints just got their number. That could be it. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. Overall standings for everybody: KC is still in first, Cheese second,
I hate
third.
KC.
It's actually the same five as last week. The new shoe.
Well, first and everything thing.
Huh?
First and everything.
KC be knowing on the low. Like he has some bad breaks, but he always right there. The first couple
We
years.
gotta get Casey up here, man.
Yeah, I would love to whenever his schedule permits.
Yeah, he be baking every week. Making scones and all that.
So fourth, new shoes. I think you said it's one of your people, Moose, and then Campbell's still holding strong at 5. So we'll see.
Make your move, Campbell. Make your move, Campbell. You got 6 weeks, Campbell. Make your move, Campbell. You only like 7 games out. He's quiet this year. He just posted memes this year. He ain't saying nothing.
All right, so let's get into these starts real quick. We'll start with you. Who like quarterbacks this week?
You know, I'm gonna do it to you how I always do. I got 2 because I didn't know where I'm gonna go. Because I wasn't too sure. I wanted to go Jay Herbal versus the Jets, and I know that's probably an easy one. But he cut his hair too, so I don't know if it's on him. He might have lost it now.
Lost his power.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on him. So just in case it's not him, I just say I told you Jameson.
Please.
Jameson, he's going to throw like 2-3 picks, but he's going to get like 5 TDs and 470.
Yo, why do you hate saying his name right? You said Jameson?
Jameson Wilson.
Jamie Wilson.
Look like his name Jameson.
That guy is crazy. I'm interested to see how it looks. He want to air it out. So.
He do, but he about to mess. He gonna mess up so bad. Like he just Yeah, he's just a mess up waiting to happen.
I can
But it's
already
us
see
though,
Sean
so
Payton on the sidelines fed with him.
He the JaVale McGee of the NFL.
That's a
post
good
him up, man.
comparison, actually.
That is.
That's a good
That is.
comparison. Who you like the quarterback there?
I'm going the man, old Joe Burrow against the Skins this week.
That's a tough defense.
It is, but he'll get the ball into his playmakers' hands, and they'll do the rest. So they'll have a big game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with not necessarily surprised, but probably somebody that people are not going with. My guy A-Rod against that. I think the Colts are the #1 pass defense in the league. So
Yeah,
I'm
surprising. I never knew that until I read it. Like,
yeah, they get after it. So I'm gonna go on a pretty big limb here and say that A-Rod goes in there and gets it done, puts up some good numbers, and comes out with a win.
When I heard that, I was surprised too. It's just like,
you
how
don't
are they
see
doing
it. Like how?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
how are they doing it? Is it just a stat? Because it's only a stat. You know what I mean? It's only like by yards they're calling it. You know what I mean? So like, are they really doing it over there? Are they really locking up?
They locked up the Ravens. They just couldn't score. Like Ravens ain't been nobody, but like you don't expect the Ravens to get locked up like that. Like
Yeah. Who you like at running back, Moose?
I was thinking that Eagles game. I feel like Chubb and Hunt could definitely have a big game against us. But in the same breath, I feel like even Miles Sanders is going to have a good game against them too. So I'm going like for the graphic. I guess we could put for Hunt, but I really do like Nick Chubb this week. I like Miles Sanders, and especially if you're playing like a Finn or DK, I like Hines from the Colts.
It's funny how fast things change because last year, at the beginning of this season, you would never start anybody against the Eagles. Talking about that mean front.
Oh yeah, that mean front was very mean. It was mean.
Coming to an end over there, man.
Right now. Honestly, the front is definitely real still. But I just feel like Hunt out the backfield, he can get a lot of yards out there, and he can run between tackles as well. So I feel like he's a good play.
Who you like, Jay?
I'm gonna go Mike Davis, man. No C-Mac. Teddy might not play either. Lean on him for the run game. Yeah. So they're gonna play that generic black QB backup they got. I don't know his name. They're gonna play my guy. And they're gonna feed Mike Davis. He's gonna have like 18 carries, 9 catches. It'll be a big day for Mike Davis against the Lions. Because Lions don't stop nobody.
Man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with Robbie then. If he ain't got a quarterback, that's gonna be tough. Let's see. Running backs. Who did I pick? Oh, I'm gonna go with one of the guys. I think you just mentioned him. I'm gonna go with Nyheim Hines against us. He's been balling lately. Past couple of games, he's been doing it. But it's hard. It's still hard to tell with that backfield because they do go with the hot hand. So
it'd be Wilkins one day. It'd be Hines. It'd be Taylor. Like I'm like, yo, y'all play around too much.
Yeah, I started Wilkins last week. Wilkins had a good week the week before, so I started him this week. And then Hines went off, and he got like maybe 4 or 5 touches the whole game.
But it was like the Patriots with the running backs.
Yeah, but it was his own fault though because he dropped that pass in the first quarter, scared to go over the middle and get hit. So
when you're in the committee, you only got but one time to mess up. That's it.
And Hines took advantage of every opportunity, so all you could do is respect that. That's my running back. Wide receiver, who you like most?
For wide receiver, I guess you can say I'm copping out, but I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen versus the Jets. I feel like he can have a dog game against them. I guess if you want me to go on a limb, I'm gonna go with Emmanuel Sanders. I feel like Jameson gotta throw it to somebody, and he's gonna throw that thing. So I feel like Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think he's like Breeze is gonna stare down Mike T and like force feed him. He's gonna like spread the ball out.
Yeah, the Chargers be confusing me sometimes because last week that game plan made no sense to me. I think through the first half, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams had like 4 or 5 targets, and Balaj, whatever his name is, he had like 20-something touches.
Yo, it was stupid.
Like,
yo, it was like, why are y'all feeding him like that? Like, who is he?
Where did
Like, come on.
they pulled him up off the practice squad 2 weeks ago, and now he's getting 20 touches a game.
But Blige is decent. Like he's from around the way.
Yo.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He
You got a
stepped in
perennial.
when
You got a superstar wide receiver, dog. Nah.
he stepped in when Zeke was gone.
I mean, no, he's respectable, but to come off the practice squad and just dominate, especially when you got Keenan, you got Mike Allen, you got Hunter Henry, you got weapons, but you just feeding him. But I don't know. I'm not the coach. I don't make those calls, but it's killing me in fantasy. The Chargers killed me in fantasy all year, ever since the whole Tyrod situation. He ain't start that game. Who you like, Jay? Wide receiver.
Yeah. I'm gonna be shocked with this one. I'm taking the Jets wide receiver, Rashad Perriman. He will have a big game. For some reason, he be cooking. I don't know why. Like, he got a connection with Joe Flacco. I think he's still starting too. Him and Crowder are like the go-tos over there. He will have a big game. And Chargers defense is funny.
Pretty good, bro. Like,
last year he had a good year with the Bucks.
He's sneaky good. Like he's a good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Rashad Perriman.
Yeah, I can see that. And the Jets probably be playing from behind too, I would assume. So that helps out as well. Wide receiver, who did I go with? I went with another guy that eventually has to bounce back. I'm going with Hollywood Brown against the Titans. Like, as Cheese would say, they be giving it up, but he got it. At some point, he got to get on track. I can't imagine that they go this whole season and he just never has that huge game that he had a bunch.
It's small, though. Like, if it's not a broken play or it's a straight bomb, like, it's only so much he can do.
Yeah. I feel you. But at some point, he got to have a game. He had too many last year to not have a breakout this year.
Look who they played last year. They had played the Dolphins. They had played the Cardinals. They had played the Bengals twice. Like, you still play the Bengals twice, but they're better. Dolphins ain't the same Dolphins team. And their schedule's tougher this year. Got a first-place schedule, so.
That's true. I'm gonna take my chance.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. You too fast for that. Like, you got to do something. Like,
Moose.
Who
you like at tight end?
Tight end, I'm gonna go with Logan. I'm gonna go with Logan Thompson from the Redskins.
My guy,
Logan Thomas. Thomas.
Say what?
He said Logan Thompson. Logan Thomas.
Logan Thompson.
He a QB.
Thomas.
He a former QB.
Yeah, and if you don't like him, you go Eric Ebron too. He should have a big game as well.
Yeah, Ebron slowly not second half, but past few games been having some good games. So he finally stepping into that role we expected at the beginning.
Too late for me. I drafted him. Couldn't wait. I ain't have 8-9 weeks to spare, dog.
I feel you.
You gotta go. You gotta go, man.
Who you like at tight end?
Tight end this week. I'm gonna go with. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go with Moose Boy. I'm gonna go with Waller. Have a big game against the Chiefs.
I was just about to say, like, tight end been more scarce, I think, this year than like ever before. If you ain't
not doing nothing,
if you don't have Kelsey or if you don't have Waller, because been injured a lot, Kittle. Those are only two that's consistent this year. Everybody else is like week to week.
Yo, you be lucky if you get a touchdown, you just take it. If you get a touchdown with a tight end, hey, you just take it and just be thankful, like, because
I'm blessed to have Kelsey right now. I can't lie.
I'm kind of tight. I ain't take Kelsey. Yeah.
What was I about to say? Oh, tight end. Let me see. Who did I have? I took your boy Hurst. Which is
having a decent season.
Yeah, he's been consistent. He hasn't had like a huge game, but he can be consistent. Like,
you get your 4 for 60.
Yeah, like 13 to 15 fantasy points, which is plenty for a tight end. So
yeah,
he's been doing it. I think he got a good matchup against New Orleans. So
they hurt too.
That's a safe bet. Get you those consistent points right there. I think that's that. What we had on the agenda. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
No.
All right. If that's the case, we got any shout outs?
Shout outs, man. I guess we just shout out for tonight, man. The Gucci versus GZ battle. You feel me? I think my man Snowman won it 17-5.
Big Snow.
Yeah, I think
I love Gucci though. I love Gucci, but sorry.
I think Jeezy definitely dominated. And I was gonna say, shout out to Jeezy we was talking about it before, just the way he handled everything tonight. Came with a real like grown man approach. And I think that's what you gotta do, especially when you see the violence. You've seen the kids dying from all the drama. So I mean, be an example, put the beef aside and move forward, make this money together, because that's where it's at. So respect the Jeezy and how he did that. And that's that. We will catch you next week. I don't even know what to say about Cheese. Cheese might be here next week. Cheese might not. Who knows?
Time to move on, man. Time to move on.
I think we've been talking suspension so much that he just self-suspended himself and just said, I'm not coming to the show. So
he talking about he gave like blood plasma this week or something. She's be bugging.
Yeah, I don't know, but like we'll see y'all next week. And that's that. League with no name.
Titans lose again, baby. Tighten up.